Okay. This is, I don't even know how many takes I've done now. It's just difficult to record. I don't know. I need to do this video. It's been eating up inside of me for a very long time. I've been very open about my life on the internet for a very long time. I've gone through some very difficult mental battles, physical battles, dealing with anorexia. I've been open about that. Dealing with cancer, of course, since October of 2014, made a video. I know it's helped a lot of people. I've also gotten a tremendous amount of videos that were just so much hate and everything in regards to that. That's just the world that we live in. But I know that it's created a lot more positive and it's helped a lot of people about me simply just talking about my life, my story, and the struggles. And the past 4 months, I've had the biggest mental struggle of my life. It's killed me. It's like literally like it's just killed me. Let me explain, okay? A little bit of background information here so that we're all on the same page, we all understand. HCG within the blood is an indicator that in women, when it's elevated, shows that a woman is pregnant. As the weeks go on with a woman's pregnancy, the levels of HCG will go up. In a male, HCG levels will go up when you have testicular cancer. To put things into perspective and remember these numbers when, as I tell you the story, when I had surgery the first time in 2014 and I had my left testicle removed, my HCG levels were at 19 IU per liter. 2 months before chemotherapy, my HCG levels were at 7 IU per liter. That's an elevated one, so males should be at 0, literally undetectable. And then right before I started chemotherapy, I was at 11. In May of this year, I had a follow-up and, had my blood work, had a CT scan, everything clear. My HCG levels were at 0, undetectable. I had my next follow-up appointment in September of this year, 3rd week in September or so. I went to the appointment with Melissa, and we sat down. Felt great. Just had a great summer. I felt great physically, mentally, everything felt great. Saw the doctor. Had blood work done about 2 hours before my appointment. Saw the doctor. Doctor was like, "Hey, you look great." He did a physical test, just to make sure that everything was okay down there. Checked for any bumps or anything on my body. Everything was great. All my blood work hadn't come in yet, especially my HCG. They wanted to kind of wait on that. So they left the room, and 5 minutes later they came in and they said that my HCG was at 170. The feeling that we both had at that moment was just a feeling that it's hard to explain. We were just like, that can't be right. It just can't be right. How could I be at 0 in May and all of a sudden at those levels? I would feel it. I'd be like, those levels are 10 weeks pregnant kind of levels, They're stage 4 kind of levels. They're not good levels. They're levels where I wouldn't be here probably right now if, I don't know. I really just don't know. For whatever reason, in these stressful times, at the moment, I managed to just stay composed always. In my head, I'm just saying this and that, but I stay composed and find out what the next steps are here. The doctors were they just thought that this can't be right, but we need to make sure. We need to make sure that there is, nothing wrong. So they booked a brain MRI for me, head MRI, and just to, scan my head, and then a full CT scan as well. The next day, I went for an MRI. It was my first MRI. A couple of days later, did a CT scan and followed up with blood work a week later. The big question was what's between May and now? It's something changed. What would cause such a crazy increase in HCG? Nobody knew. Nobody could really doctors were very, very confused, especially to these levels. It was just unbelievably high. Since May, I started taking antihistamine on a very regular basis, and I started taking a natural testosterone booster. Both could have impacted it somehow, the levels. But to those levels, that's just insane. Since then, I've actually read that people actually supplement with HCG in order to get stronger, in order to become more physically fit. And that's something that was new to me. But for like a natural testosterone product to actually do something like that, it'd be crazy for it to do that. And if it did, that means the product works actually really, really well. But for somebody that is going through, remission for testicular cancer, these kind of results are not results that you want to get. I've also read online that antihistamines can actually skew HCG levels as well. Mostly, I read that pregnancy tests, an antihistamine can actually give you a false pregnancy result, meaning a higher HCG level, so you're pregnant but you're not pregnant. And so I explained exactly, this is what I've been taking since May, and they're like, okay, stop everything. And I said, okay, obviously I'm going to stop everything. Like, you don't know what's going through my head right now. I'm like freaking out, but staying composed, Basically, the next week I went for blood work again, had scans done throughout the week. Everything was clear. Like, if I was at 170 HCG, if it was real, there wouldn't be clear. There'd be I'd have a full body of interesting growth. However, my HCG dropped to only 140 over the next week. Now, I guess I had hopes that it would just drop down to zero, that it was just a skewed blood result, and that just didn't happen. The doctors a week later were obviously happy that my actual scans actually came back clear, but obviously the blood work was like, what's going on? Like, they actually have never seen a case like this, which to me, of course, was not reassuring. 2 weeks later, my HCG dropped to 120. Another 2 weeks after that, it dropped down to 80. On my birthday on November 30th, the HCG dropped to 40. Now, of course, HCG dropping, all that stuff, that's awesome, right? It's fantastic. We'd be worried, really worried, if it was going the other way. But the fact it's not at zero yet, I have blood work in a week from now, next Friday. It's still scary. Very, very scary. That's where I'm at right now. I had HCG levels of 40 on November 30th on my birthday. I was hoping for a zero to have a good birthday present, but that didn't happen. You can imagine that first week when I was doing all my scans, all the blood work, and waiting a week for the results, that was probably the longest week of my life, and my fiance as well, and my parents and my friends. Like, it was, everyone has their own way of handling stress. The way I handle it is by working. And I work and I work and I work. Honestly, since September, I would say 80% of all days I work 18 hours a day. I sit in my office and I work. And I just work. And I do work, and I work, and I work, and I work, and it just keeps me busy. Obviously, this stress is hard to handle for anyone, and given the fact that I'm working and working and working hard towards so many goals, a lot of things went wrong along the way. For one, YouTube, not just their algorithm. I was part of a network called Defy. They went completely bankrupt, and my channel was released. It's never been kind of the same since. Obviously, there's many factors that are involved in that, and them owing me a substantial amount of revenue. Along with that, had some business stresses, not something that I'm going to get into here. I don't know, there was just every single week, and sometimes every single day, something negative would happen. The negatives were far outweighing the positives. I mean, like, big time. Like, it was like a 10-to-1 ratio, and it was just hard to handle. It's been obviously killing me. I haven't been working out. When I go to the gym, I love it. I have a gym right here, and I don't work out because mentally I'm just, well, I just explained the situation, so I don't need to explain it, right? I try to work out, and I'm like, I've lost weight, obviously. A lot of people have mentioned it. It's very frustrating for me because I love fitness, I love the gym, and I want to train. A lot of things that I worked really hard on to do, like mystery flavor releases for our supplement company, was kind of like during this time, and it, because of what was going on, it kind of, everything that I worked towards that point and everything that kind of got released, it was almost like a flop because I was just not all there, and I wasn't training, and I just, that stressed me out too, is the fact that I couldn't do all the tasks that I really wanted to do. And then videos on YouTube. I've read so many comments, which is why I kind of like sat down and just said, okay, this is good for me to talk about. This is good for other people to hear, to understand that life is not what it always appears like on camera. Last few weeks I uploaded content that I hadn't ever uploaded it from like Furious World Tours, and people were complaining that it's older, and I agree. And I've recorded a bunch of videos over the last few weeks that I was like, yeah, it's gonna be great, and then I just wasn't myself on there, and I just didn't like it, and I never uploaded them. It's been difficult. It's been so mentally difficult for me. You know, some people say take time off, you know, and you know, just take time for yourself. But no, that doesn't work for me. Love to do what I do. I love being a creator, and I'm going to continue being a creator for as long as I can. The last few months, obviously. I'm not going to explain it again because you guys understand. It's been very frustrating. Me recording this video is a very big weight off of my chest right now, a weight off my shoulders. I really don't know what else to add to this. It's been an absolute struggle, and it's been for everyone around me, I'm sure. I'm just so mentally exhausted, and I just want to know the results, and I just want to, you know, I just want my family really just to be at peace and happy, and that's really what I care about. All I care about is like my friends and family around me. If they're worried, then that makes me worried. I don't want them to be worried. I want them to live a happy life and stress-free life. Those are the people that matter to me the most, and that's all I care about here, is making sure that they're not stressing out. That's what I want, this information. I want, like, Friday for my HCG levels to be at 0. I felt like I just had to record this. End the year of 2018 like this, and hopefully 2019 starts off fresh, starts off good. I do appreciate all you guys here. I really do. Believe me, I try every day to be the best person that I can possibly be. I really do just work, and I try my very best with everything that I put out. I don't try and half-ass anything, ever. If it does appear that way, it's not because I didn't try. I don't know. I'm just not doing well mentally with this stuff, and I just need results so that I can move on and keep enjoying life. Going through first surgery, then radiation, then chemo, in which I still have developed allergies and everything as a result of chemo. It's been, and which is why I take the antihistamines, which could have actually been the reason why I thought it was skewed. I just want you to know that I appreciate all you guys. I appreciate you guys, Team Furious. The whole D4L mentality is what I live by. I swear by it. That's why I wear a necklace all the time, and it's just to remind myself. It's to remind myself that life is amazing. Life is precious, and when you have it, you know, you should appreciate it and enjoy it. Remind yourself that you got one of these lives, right? So that's an obvious statement, but sometimes a lot of people need to be reminded. I'm trying to stay as strong as I can, but it's just difficult. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your understanding. And I hope 2019 starts exactly the way we want it to. And it starts with a bang, and we're off to the races. I wish you all the best in 2019. See you guys.